If you guys missed yesterday's Off the Script where we talk about poor Corey Graves, cry me a river, Mr. Graves, where he goes on social media and rips into CM Punk after he was defeated by Mike Jackson at UFC 225. If you guys want my thoughts and opinions on that. Plus, Enzo Amore being booked in his first non-WWE appearance for House of Glory. Also, if you guys want the inside scoop on Sami Callihan getting into an altercation with me at House of Glory this past Saturday. What a loaded episode of Off the Script live on the channel right now. Please make sure you guys go and check that out as soon as you are done here, man. This is Off the Script Extra for your Monday, June 11th, 2018. We're going to get right into the news, man. Today, breaking news. Possible major name returning at Money in the Bank to help Carmella defeat Asuka for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. James Ellsworth is the perfect example of a pro wrestling fairy tale. A guy who looks like him previously would have never thought to have a chance of making it in the WWE, but it happened. It indeed did happen. In all reality, Ellsworth was released from the WWE long before his time really should have been up. He had plans for more antics and was game for anything. Although a creative difference might have popped up for a time or two, Ellsworth remains someone a lot of WWE fans wouldn't mind seeing making a return. Since his release from WWE, he's traveled the indie wrestling circuits while keeping Andy Kaufman's memory alive and defending a prestigious intergender championship. After all, sometimes the illusion of importance is just as legitimizing as actual accolades. Regardless, Ellsworth is having a great time turning heads on the indie scene while working crowds and defending his self-appointed championship. PW Insider reported that there was talk within WWE to bring back James Ellsworth into the fold. It was said Ellsworth is slated to be at Money in the Bank in Chicago on Sunday as well. The idea, to some, not to me, to some, sounds like a great one, but it would be very fitting to bring back the biggest name on the independent circuit as far as jobber for WWE goes at Money in the Bank, appropriately 1 year after he helped Carmella snatch the Money in the Bank briefcase in the first place. But it turns out that this might not be possible at all for James Ellsworth because he's actually booked for a show in China on Sunday, June 17th. Ellsworth is set to defend his intergender championship for Middle Kingdom Wrestling on June 17th. And although there is a huge time difference between China and Chicago, it doesn't look likely that Ellsworth will be able to compete at Money in the Bank, or at least that is the impression that James Ellsworth is giving off when he put up a graphic on his Twitter account this morning saying that he will be in China and not at Money in the Bank. It also doesn't look like this is a last-minute booking decision either, because Ellsworth's appearance for Middle Kingdom Wrestling has been promoted since last month. He is set to compete in a fatal four-way match where his intergender championship, like I said, will be on the line. Of course, James Ellsworth could be working each and every one of us, because nobody is going to be called out for being or rumored to be at Money in the Bank and then come out and say, yeah, I'm going to be there. Who would do that? Why would anyone do that? So, of course, he's not going to come out and outwardly say he's going to be at Money in the Bank. If he needs to cancel this appearance, I'm assuming that they would allow him for WWE and that they could always postpone this match to a later date. Or he is really telling the truth and he's not going to be at Money in the Bank, which I hope is the case. I don't think WWE needs James Ellsworth. I think James Ellsworth was a dead gimmick by the time he was released. I don't think he's going to do anything to enhance Carmella. Carmella can't even do anything to enhance Carmella. You're going to bring back James Ellsworth to enhance Carmella? If she can't do it on her own and you need James Ellsworth to bring any legitimacy to her act, what does that say about Carmella? It means she's not cut out for the position that she's in. Our plans should be for Money in the Bank not to bring back James Ellsworth. Our plans should be to get the title off Carmella, put it on Asuka, and build that division around legitimacy. Enough of this going around in circles, rehashing ideas, coming up with lame ways to make Carmella's character a little bit more relevant on television. We don't need none of this. What they need to do is take the title off Carmella. She is awful. She's not even a good heel. Nobody believes in her. She adds no legitimacy to the division or that championship. She can't wrestle. She can't wrestle. If you are being called out in a match you just had with Charlotte a month ago, what makes you think I want to see you in a match with Asuka or anyone after Asuka on SmackDown Live? Get the belt off her. She's a failed experiment. You kept the briefcase with her for over 280 days because you knew she couldn't wrestle, and this is what we gave up Asuka's streak for. You had Charlotte beat Asuka, and then you had Carmella cash in on Charlotte. If this was the direction that we were going in, and you knew this, shame on you. Carmella is terrible. The priority should be taking the title off of Carmella, putting it on Asuka, giving me Charlotte Asuka 2 at SummerSlam, or Becky versus Asuka at SummerSlam. James Ellsworth should not be factored into anything else on WWE television. The only time you bring James Ellsworth back is for a surprise appearance in the Royal Rumble. I do not want to see this goon on television going forward. That is my opinion. End of story. Speaking of Money in the Bank, Sasha Banks. Everybody says Sasha Banks should win the Money in the Bank women's ladder match. I don't know about that, but we'll see what happens come Sunday. But there is a major stunt being planned for Sasha Banks at Money in the Bank. Possibly. Take this with a grain of salt, because I don't think WWE is going to risk the livelihood of their women so bad in Money in the Bank that they're going to plan a major stunt, because it is the women, number one. Number two, Sasha is soaking, 110 pounds. I don't think she is going to risk her career over one stunt at Money in the Bank. And if I was WWE, I wouldn't risk a major stunt either. Last year, the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match was exclusive to the SmackDown brand. Carmella won the briefcase twice and successfully cashed it in after WrestleMania 34. This year, Miss Money in the Bank will be determined between Raw and SmackDown performers. For most of the women, it will be their first ladder match. In particular, Sasha Banks is excited to be featured in her first ladder match. Most fans judge the quality of a ladder match by the creativity that goes into it. The WWE Universe expects to see something they've never seen before, which is Sasha's goal in this match. During a recent interview with Red Carpet Report, the boss discussed her excitement to be a part of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. When asked what to expect from her on Sunday, she had the following to say about her involvement in the match. And I quote, "You can expect me to do some crazy things because I keep on dreaming about this match. I keep seeing myself diving off ladders, but at the end of the day, the goal is to go up that ladder and grab the briefcase. The number one goal is to be Miss Money in the Bank. That's what you can expect for me to win." End quote. Sasha Banks clearly would be a deserving and rightful winner. I would not complain if Sasha Banks won Miss Money in the Bank. I would not complain if Becky won Money in the Bank. But just based on what we've seen storyline-wise, I feel that there's only two women that should win Money in the Bank. One, for Raw, Ember Moon. Two, I think Natty should win as well. Either one of those women on Raw could potentially be a great Money in the Bank. Ember Moon being the up-and-comer, it would give her a great reaction if she came out and cashed it in. Natty, I mean, it plays into the fact that Ronda Rousey is challenging Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship, and WWE has a storyline already made there just by what we've seen on television already between the friendship of Ronda Rousey and Natalya. It's easy to break that away and have one, Natalya, stab Ronda, the other in the back. It's simple storytelling, and it's just building off what we've seen on television already. To me, that's the safe route for WWE to go in. I don't want to remember Ronda Rousey's first singles match as being something that we see at Money in the Bank, which could end up being a disaster with Nia Jax. I think Natty has and always was the right first opponent for Ronda Rousey. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm not going to complain if Sasha Banks won. I know Sasha Banks wanted to do a little bit more inside that Hell in a Cell with Charlotte, and WWE turned her and Charlotte down about wanting to go above and beyond. So if WWE turns Sasha's requests down then, what do you think they're going to do here for Money in the Bank? I don't think we're going to see anything outside of what we've seen in the first two Money in the Bank ladder matches on Sunday. Poor Sasha Banks. She'd be lucky if they allow her to do anything risky on Sunday. But her winning it, I would not mind. But I'm still going with Natalya at the end of the night. WWE cancels the King of the Ring tournament. Last night, I actually watched the bracketology for the United Kingdom Championship tournament. Great 45 minutes of television, just getting acclimated with everybody that's going to be in that tournament, man. A lot of good names that I see in there, particularly Joe Coffey. I think he's got a great chance of winning that entire thing. We'll see what happens, man. But there's a few people I have an eye on in that tournament to battle Pete Dunne in the second night of that tournament. But WWE canceled the King of the Ring tournament. You guys know how much I love tournaments. You guys know how much I want WWE to bring back the King of the Ring and make it fucking prestigious. I have visions in my head of WWE turning the King of the Ring tournament into something similar to what New Japan Pro Wrestling does with the G1 Climax. If WWE was smart, they would indeed do that and make it a huge monthly thing for the entire month of August or July. And that could be a bridge into SummerSlam. The winner of that tournament would get a guaranteed title shot for whatever title they want at SummerSlam. That's a storyline that WWE needs to put no effort into. That's something that is guaranteed, and it's a great way to build names in the WWE, get more eyes on certain names in the WWE. Having them compete in a huge tournament over the entire month just is a great way to build up anybody. And the King of the Ring tournament, though it's lost its luster and its prestige over the last couple of times WWE have done it because they've put little to no effort into it, I think this is a great way to just bring it back now, since Triple H loves his tournaments. We got the UK tournament. We've had the Cruiserweight Classic. We had the Mae Young Classic. You know, I wish WWE would really think this through instead of just nixing the entire idea. But on June 18th and June 19th, the United Kingdom Championship Tournament will be filmed in the Royal Albert Hall in London. It will air a week later on the WWE Network, and the event is being used to promote the UK series that is currently being developed by WWE. However, that isn't what WWE officials originally had in mind for the UK tournament. The original concept was to bring back the King of the Ring tournament for the event and use it as a launching pad for the UK series. Now, according to a report from Dirty Sheets, the original plan for the UK King of the Ring tournament were rumored. There was a lot of speculation from the WWE universe about the concept coming back this year. Now, however, Triple H and the WWE never specifically mentioned or promoted the tournament with the King of the Ring name attached to it. As a result, it was easy to scrap these plans. It's still plausible that WWE could be planning a surprise for the event, but that seems very unlikely. The report also claims that due to the enthusiasm of the WWE universe, officials were planning to bring back the King of the Ring concept for the fans during the August 29th show at the O2 Arena in London. Unfortunately, it seems the company had canceled any plans to bring back the King of the Ring tournament this summer. The WWE Universe still has a lot of passion for the King of the Ring tournament, including me right here. It's a fact that recent winners haven't benefited from the moniker, and WWE programming may have outgrown the concept. However, it seems WWE officials are trying to bring it back. With everything else, it might be a matter of waiting for the right time and place. And that last line in this report is all that you need to concern yourself with. The WWE has the UK tournament. It's a huge 16-man tournament going on this month. We're going to see the second and third rounds on the WWE Network. The entire first round of this tournament is taking place on Facebook, WWE.com, and their YouTube channel. And everything is being taped and filmed from the Download Festival during NXT's tours of Europe right now. The King of the Ring tournament is not happening this year because WWE is putting a lot of effort and stock into the UK tournament at Royal Albert Hall. The WWE is having another Mae Young Classic this summer in August. How many tournaments can WWE have in one summer where it doesn't become overbearing? The WWE simply is putting the King of the Ring tournament, in my honest opinion, on the back burner because of the UK tournament and the Mae Young Classic. That's a lot of tournaments. That's a lot of tapings. That's a lot of content for the WWE Network. The King of the Ring tournament is big enough to stand alone on itself, on its own, in one summer. You don't need to include it with a UK tournament and a Mae Young Classic, devaluing it and overbearing people who watch the network with so much content that normal people won't be able to ingest this all at the same time. I think the WWE is waiting for the right time for the King of the Ring tournament. This year might not be the right time, but I still have hope that the WWE is going to bring back the King of the Ring tournament later this year or next year when the time is right. We'll see what happens. I think the concept is great. I don't think the concept is outgrown or has been outgrown at all. People love their tournaments. Triple H loves his tournaments, and you would have to be a creative fool if you cannot find value in the King of the Ring tournament and put that thing somewhere on the calendar and make it relevant and important to storylines right now between Raw and SmackDown. It would be a great bridge between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. That's what it's always been. Get back to doing that. You give yourself an easy out for the main event of SummerSlam just by having the winner of the King of the Ring tournament become the number one contender for whatever championship he wants. It's simple, it's effective, and I hope WWE goes back to that sooner rather than later. That is all I got for this Off the Script Extra. I will have more in the days to come. We got Money in the Bank this weekend. We got TakeOver this weekend. You're going to get preview, predictions, and a review for both shows this weekend, man, plus all the hottest stories in WWE leading up to Money in the Bank. If you missed Off the Script yesterday on Sunday, go and check it out. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And I will see you guys tonight for yet another disastrous edition of Monday Night Raw. Reigns and Mahal tonight, which means we're getting that match twice in 1 week. Someone fucking hand me the noose and the bleach. I think I'm ready to fucking off myself going into Monday Night Raw. I'll see you guys later. And Raw tonight from, I don't know where they are, but I hope WWE fans, wherever they are, eat this shit alive. Because Reigns and Mahal just sounds awful 2 times in 1 week. I'll see you guys later.